What's going on, everybody? This is 86 here, back with some more Last Epoch. Just wanted to do a day 3 and 4 update for my Burning Dagger marksman. Currently level 82, actually just hit level 82. Just working my way through the Monolith of Fate. I think I've finally at least figured out how to progress in the Monolith of Fate. You just do these certain maps or monoliths or whatever you call them till you get stability, and then when you get enough stability you could do a quest echo, and then you do a certain amount. I think it's like 3 quest echoes per monolith area, and then you can fight a boss, and then you get a blessing. And so that's what I've been doing, going through these various monolith areas, getting the blessing and getting the quest echoes done, and just progressing further into the monolith. So far going pretty smooth with this character. Definitely rounded out the defenses a little bit better. Definitely a lot less squishy than I was previously. Been definitely dying a lot less. I did end up getting a glove upgrade and some boot upgrades. I think I even got a helmet upgrade as well. So defensively, character is just much stronger. I put quite a few points into health and dodge rating as well, which helps with survivability. So I'm definitely dying a lot less, which makes progressing much easier. And It's really just a solid build so far. I haven't really had any issues as far as like damage or anything like that. Just holding up really well. Haven't even had to do a weapon upgrade in quite a while. I'm still just using I believe it's the Dragon Song. So if you can get that bow early on, you'll definitely be very well off in this build. It can clearly carry you for quite a long time. So really just recommend trying to get that bow as soon as possible, and then I think your build will be pretty solid. Just figure out defenses, and I usually think getting dodge rating and enough health is usually enough. Let's go ahead and just challenge this real fast. Got that quest echo done. Get that relic. Oh, inventory's full already. Get rid of that. All right, so that's that quest echo. I'll kind of got just go over my gear a little bit. Not much has really changed since the last video. I've just been leveling. I did get these gloves. These give me throwing damage, which of course affects the burning daggers. I think burning daggers are all throwing damage, so this is really solid. Plus, it gives me a 50% chance to apply frailty on hit, which is really nice. Bunch more dodge rating, which is really good. This has a nice chunk of dodge rating, some dexterity, which is really good for my build. And then, some res, you can't ever go wrong with that. I ended up finding a Gamut of the Race, an Erased Rogue Relic. This one gives +1 to all rogue skills, gives some dodge rating, and 1 in 6 chance to take 24% less damage per active shadow, which is really good because we usually always have some shadows up, so this definitely helps to take less damage. And then it's a Weaver item, so you get to, I didn't even see that it got +30 throwing damage on there, which is really good for my build. The physical resistance is really good for my build. Still just using Dragon Song. Like I said, this is probably the best in slot build, bow for the build. So if you can get your hands on one of these, whether through gambling or however, then that's probably going to be your go-to. This is just +3 to smoke bombs, 75% of damage reflected, 62 health, and some elemental res. The quiver, I need to figure something else out. I think a good exotic quiver will probably be best in slot, so I'll probably work on getting that upgraded soon. Rings are pretty solid. This just has shitload of crit strike chance, increased fire damage, stun avoidance, void resistance, so that's just good stats. The increased physical damage doesn't really affect me much, but this has some increased fire damage, physical res, poison res. So overall, fairly well geared. Like I said, I'm just really trying to progress through the actual monolith now and figure out what I actually have to do to maybe get to some of the pinnacle bosses in the game. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Just need to clear out the stash real fast. But yeah, I'm really just enjoying the season so far, having a lot of fun progressing this character. Definitely seems like I picked a pretty solid league start. Haven't really had many issues with this build at all since I got it up and running. There was a question asked about sustaining the mana with Heartseeker, and this node right here is going to help a lot with sustaining the mana on Heartseeker because you'll use your Cinder Strike to generate mana, and then um, you can, spend your mana with Heartseeker. That's usually what I've been doing, is just using Cinder Strike to generate mana and then using Heartseeker to spend mana. There might be a better option, so you don't have to use Cinder Strike to generate mana. But so far, it's working really well for me, and I don't really feel like changing it up at the moment. There's also a helmet that can be really good for this build. It's called Ravager's Dart. This gives 58% recurve chance with Heartseeker, +2 to throwing damage with Heartseeker. Heartseeker now counts as a throwing skill and scales with throwing damage instead of bow damage. The big downfall of this helmet is you are limited to one active Heartseeker, so I tried it out. I don't know if I necessarily feel like it's better. It's definitely more of a lazy playstyle where you pretty much just use Cinder Strike, and with this helmet you will automatically launch out a Heartseeker while in combat every 3 seconds. So when you have this helmet on, you'll just use Cinder Strike and you'll just periodically throw out a Heartseeker every few seconds. I don't feel like the damage is as good with this helmet, but it's definitely more of a lazy build. So that's something to keep in mind if you're looking at trying this build out. I'm not gonna use that helmet at the moment though. I don't really enjoy the way it feels with the helmet, so maybe I'll go back to it eventually, but I still need to get the Burning Dagger relic. I've been struggling to find that relic. I have not had any luck yet, so I'm keep trying to find that. There's a relic that gives you a bunch of bonuses to Burning Daggers. I can't think of what it's called right now, but yeah. So Monolith of Fate, I think I've at least kind of figured out the structure of how to progress. So you do these. What are these even called? Um, what are they? You do these nodes, and these nodes give you stability. The stability fills up the bar at the top there, and once you get to certain checkpoints on the bar, those little markers, you'll unlock a quest echo. Then once you do the quest echo, three of them, on the third one, there's usually a boss. You kill that boss, then you get a blessing, and then you can move on to the next set of monoliths, which are a higher tier, higher level. So that's just what I'm doing, slowly progressing through these, trying to, get all the bosses down, figure out all that stuff, and just having a lot of fun doing it. The in-game system in this game is really solid. I haven't even done any of the in-game dungeons that you need a key for yet. I figure I'll try to do those at some point. I don't really know much about those dungeons. I know one of them is used to like put um, more affixes on legendary items. I don't really know much about that though. That's something I'm gonna kind of have to do my research on and actually figure out how to best utilize those dungeons and the rewards that they offer. So I'm gonna start looking into that. If anybody can let me know like what the various dungeons are used for in the comments, that'd be great. Um, but I'm gonna keep playing this build for quite a while, probably at least until I feel like I've completed everything in the end game. So I'm just gonna keep chugging along and getting what upgrades I can. I think I could still, I mean, I could. There's definitely pieces of gear that I can still get upgrades for and still get stuff sorted out. I know defensive wise, I know my res are not capped. They're still pretty bad. So if I can get those sorted out at some point, that would be really good. Uh, would also like to start brainstorming for the next build I would like to do. So if anybody has any ideas for builds they would like to see, you guys can let me know in the comments below. It's probably going to be at least like another week before I roll another build, but just to start getting some ideas would be really good, and see if I can figure out what I would like to play the most. I'm kind of leaning towards some kind of lightning blast sorcerer of some sort, but I tried lightning blast last season a little bit, and it definitely seems a little bit on the weaker side, so I'm not really 100% sure about that yet. Um, Minion builds, oh, come on, that's the first time I've died in like a long time. Damn, that's ridiculous. He just jumped on me. But minion builds sound really good. There's like a bunch of Beastmaster builds that sound pretty interesting. There's like a frog build that sounds like it would be fun. Um, I also just kind of wouldn't mind playing like some kind of skeleton archer build. Would also be interesting. There's a bunch of sentinel builds. I wouldn't mind trying like some kind of like javelin build. Repose build would be kind of cool. I mean, there's definitely a lot of possibilities. I'm farming up a lot of interesting uniques that I could try out and good set items. So there's definitely a lot of possibilities for builds. It's just a matter of what sounds the most interesting or what sounds the most interesting to you guys, the viewers. So just let me know in the comments. We'll get a build figured out. And but until then, I'm just gonna keep pushing with this burning dagger build. It's definitely very strong. I don't really see any need to move on to another build at this point in time. So if anybody has any questions about the build, I'm more than willing to help people out getting started with this build, or if you guys need to figure anything out, or just maybe like what the best progression through the skill tree is or whatever, I can. What is up with that damage on that shit? What is up? What is up? That's just ridiculous. Sometimes the mobs can be a little overwhelming in this game. Like you just get bombarded by like fucking 200 mobs all at once. And it's just kind of wish they would like tone that down a little bit or something. It's just a little too much sometimes, but a little bit too many mobs on the screen sometimes. Let's try this one again. The mobs in this map are kind of ridiculous. We have a Rift Beast over here. We have to go into his zone. Might as well do that. I need to start farming up these materials for these primordial uniques. That's my next goal, is start getting some of those primordial uniques and trying those out. I don't even have any of them yet, so if I could at least get a few of them to test out, that would be kind of cool. What are you guys' thoughts on the season overall? You guys enjoying the new season mechanic, the Rift Beast? I definitely find it pretty cool. It's nice that you can kind of tailor the boss fight to your liking, and even the rewards kind of to what you want. It's a little bit of agency in your league mechanics, always nice. So I've definitely been enjoying it so far. I just need to actually try to utilize it more and actually get some of the primordials. All right, let's see how we do against this Rift Beast. Not bad. Damage is pretty solid. I got a Rift Beast too. Yeah, those primordial horns are what I really need. So if I can keep getting those, getting an additional head that spins magma. Alright, so I'll just go with that one. I wish the options were a little bit more varied. It seems like there's just not enough variance in the options to pick for the Rift Beast. I would like more options that were actually different or felt different. Kind of seems kind of samey sometimes, but it's okay. It's a decent mechanic. It's not on the level of like a Path of Exile League mechanic, but it's definitely good. It's fun, and it doesn't like take you away from the main streamlined experience, which is kind of good. You don't really have to go out of your way to do it, which is always nice. So I'm just gonna keep progressing, keep getting those levels, keep getting that monolith progression, keep working my way through there, and hopefully I can maybe get to some of these, like I said, the pinnacle bosses at some point would be kind of nice. Really test this build out. Burning Dagger is definitely a solid. Anybody new to the game or new to the season thinking about checking out a good build, this is probably a go-to one. I definitely feel like this build needs very little to actually get started, and it just seems really solid overall. So definitely a good build for newer players, I feel like. So check that out if you guys are interested. Maybe I'll try to do an actual build guide at some point. Um, but yeah, so that's just where I'm at, working my way through the Atlas. I am currently in this. Am I in? I think I'm in this one. Yeah, I think I'm in. Or am I in this one? Oh yeah, I'm in Ending the Storm, I think. I'm in one of these Quest Echo, one of these monolith things. Pretty sure I'm in this one, and then I'll jump to this one, and then whatever one unlocks after that, and then I'll just, slowly working my way. I believe that's like the last one. Something like that, figuring out the end game slowly. Any tips or um, anybody that can guide me better through the end game, please let me know in the comments if I'm doing it wrong. Definitely enjoying it. Still progressing with the build though, and hopefully I should be able to get to like the pinnacle content soon. And if I do, I will keep you guys posted and probably do some videos on that stuff as well. Thanks for all the support. We did hit 700 subscribers today, so that's really amazing. Thank you to all the new subscribers. I really appreciate it. Just gonna keep grinding, and hopefully we can hit 1,000 subs soon. And I will see you guys on the next video. Have a good one. Peace.